26-year-old Charles Jones, better known by his stage name Julio Fulio, was a rapper from Jacksonville, Florida. Jones was in Tampa, Florida in June of 2024 celebrating his birthday, posting his location on social media several times. In the early hours of June 23rd, police responded to a shooting at a Tampa hotel where Jones was pronounced dead.
At 4:15 in the morning, Jones began to head to a hotel on McKinley. One of the suspect vehicles is seen following the victim. However, instead of following them into a parking lot, they stage across the street. At 4:38, 3 shooters exit a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel. They murdered Jones with a handgun and 2 rifles.
Investigators have now apprehended 5 suspects. The most recent one, Davion Murphy, was captured in January. Law enforcement released this smiling image of him from the arrest. Investigators also say the suspected shooters are affiliated with gangs that are rivals to Jones's gang in an ongoing feud.
These individuals took extreme measures to try to cover their actions, but they were no match for our investigators.
All 5 suspects who are in custody face first-degree murder and conspiracy charges, with 22-year-old Alicia Andrews as the first one on trial.
We are in Florida this morning with a brand new trial starting up right now. This is over the murder of rising rapper Julio Fulio. The defendant is a woman. Her name is Alicia Andrews. Now, she's one of 5, but they're being tried separately, so this is just her case. She's one of 5 defendants accused of murder in this plot that police and investigators say existed to shoot and kill the Florida rapper. Now, Julio Fulio's real name is Charles Jones. He was shot and killed in Tampa as part of an ongoing dispute that started back in 2024. Now, before we get you into the courtroom, Court TV's Cody Thomas gives us more of the backdrop.
You said you saw Fulio laid out?
Yeah, first thing I saw Fulio laid out. I thought it was a car accident until I looked up, saw the bullet holes, and I saw Zay covered in blood yelling.
Okay, so you thought it was a car accident, and then you looked up, saw the bullet holes, and you saw Zay. Is that Xavier Edwards?
Yes.
You saw him covered in blood?
Yes.
All right, so let me talk to you about Xavier Edwards. I don't know if we talked about him yet. So Xavier Edwards was also there at the clubs with you all?
Yes.
And he was driving the Dodge Charger coming from the clubs to the hotel?
Yes.
Okay. And he's covered in blood. Is he saying anything at that point?
Yes, he was yelling.
What was he yelling? And you can say exactly what he said.
If he was like yelling like fuck, like I don't mean exactly everything. I just remember him yelling fuck.
Okay, so yelling fuck.
Yes.
Okay. Well, did he appear to be upset?
Yes.
Okay. At some point, do you all leave the car and go somewhere?
Yeah, he ended me to come on, and that's when we went inside the hotel.
You all went inside the hotel?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at that point, when you're in the car and you get out of the car and start going into the hotel, do you know that you're wounded?
No.
Okay. Do you know that Xavier's wounded, though, because you can see blood, right?
Yes.
And you've seen the bullet holes in the car, so you know that something happened with gunfire.
Yes.
Recognize the photographs?
Yes.
Are those photographs of you in the hospital, Mr. Norris?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I tell you what, I'm just going to have the jury step up momentarily.
All right.
All right, Mr. Norris, I know this is difficult, and I know it's challenging looking at photographs of yourself in the hospital, but it is important, since you are testifying, that you be able to testify without being too emotional. So we'll just take a breather here and give you a chance to kind of collect yourself.
States 25B and states 25C. Do you remember being taken out of the hotel on a stretcher?
Yes.
Okay. Ask if you recognize what's in the photograph.
Yes.
You recognize that? Okay. Do you recognize that as Charles Jones' black Charger?
Yes.
Okay. You okay?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
We can take a break if you need to.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Are those photographs of you in the hospital, Mr. Norris?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I tell you what, I'm just going to have the jury step up momentarily.
All right.
All right, Mr. Norris, I know this is difficult, and I know it's challenging looking at photographs of yourself in the hospital, but it is important, since you are testifying, that you be able to testify without being too emotional. So we'll just take a breather here and give you a chance to kind of collect yourself.
Mr. Norris, do you remember how long you were in the hospital here in Tampa?
I don't know, just a couple hours. They could have patched me up. They said I was okay, but I had to wait on my parents to get here.
You had to wait for your parents? Did your parents come down from Jacksonville to pick you up?
Yes.
He wasn't just a spokesperson for 6 Block. He was a certified celebrity. Charles Jones had millions of followers on social media, if not tens of millions of followers, because he engaged in an activity that you heard a little bit about yesterday from one of your fellow jurors, and he was spot on. That's exactly what the evidence is going to show you in this case. This long-standing pattern of what is called drill rap. And it is an activity that Charles Jones embraced and that he engaged in under the name Julio Fulio, which was in fact his street name, Fulio. Julio Fulio. In this type of rap music, it's not just rap, it's disrespect. It's making fun of and disparaging not only ATK and 1200, the opposing gangs, but disparaging their members by name. Disparaging, and probably most incendiary you will find in the evidence, bragging about the death or deaths of other ATK 1200 members who have been murdered. As I said earlier, make no doubt about it, this is a gang war. What did Charles Jones do to these defendants that was so bad that would cause them to confederate, to conspire, engage in this coordinated, planned attack? Charles Jones belonged to and was affiliated with a group known as 6 Block. He was a member of that organization. It exists in Jacksonville. It's known as 6 Block, and it is a street gang. It consists of several members. 2 other gangs in Jacksonville, ATK and 1200, were affiliated gangs. They despise 6 Block. They detest them. They abhor them. And the level of hate between these groups is a mutual hatred. The evidence will show that these gangs have been at war for several years. And when I say war, the evidence will show you this is a war going on in the streets of Jacksonville. The hatred and the dripping animosity of these defendants towards Charles Jones, it ran deep. And the evidence will show you that. In fact, you will hear that in October of 2023, just 9 months before this, before the murder of Charles Jones, he had left his residence in Jacksonville in that same black Charger about 6 o'clock in the morning. He came to a stop sign in his neighborhood, just a few blocks from his house, when a shooter with a high-powered rifle opened fire on his car, striking his car several times and striking him in his lower leg, spraying bullets all over that neighborhood. Mr. Jones at that time was able to drive himself to a local hospital, receive treatment, and be released. That bullet, or fragment of bullet, remained in his leg until it was removed by the medical examiner who conducted the autopsy on his body here in Tampa after his murder. Sending a barrage, a wall